This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. The Shark Attack promotion is rolling and it rolls on. Brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. Get a free CGB Shark token when you buy any single at CoolStuffInc.com. And today, revisiting one of my favorite decks from this format. One of the problems with having a favorite deck is that I play a different deck every day. So I have to like absence makes the heart grow fonder, and then I have to come back to it. This is Sultai Serpent. It's not an emergent ultimatum deck. It's a deck featuring Coma, the Cosmos Serpent, and Lochmere Serpent as the top end, pairing up with the Bird Serpent Yorion to create a little serpent tribal theme. But what's good with a serpent? How about a shark? We added 4 Shark Typhoons to the deck, makes it a little bit better against control without being horrible against aggro. And the green in this particular pile is very splashy. As you see, there's only 6 green cards in the main deck, Binding the Old Gods, and Coma, the Cosmos Serpent. So it's mostly a blue-black control deck with a serpentine top end, which I really enjoy. A few changes to the deck since last time was creating the Wish board and adding the Fae of Wishes, as well as adding Erebos' Intervention to the main deck to kill some indestructible threats. I believe if I had some Shadows Verdicts in here, well, now it's all Extinction Event for the 1 turn earlier exile effect, and also Seagate Restoration instead of Jwari Disruption to try to go over the top of other control and ramp decks. And then the sideboard, because we have 2 Fae of Wishes, I found that a second Fae of Wishes was necessary. Drawing into it really improved the win rate for the deck. And then in the sideboard is where we have a bunch of extra counters for the control mirrors, 2 negates and 2 neutralizes to shut down the emergent ultimatums and Genesis ultimatums of the world, as well as the usual suspects like Crypt, Thirst, Duress, Stroke, Return to Nature, the only green card in the sideboard to nail that pesky artifact or enchantment on the cheap, and possibly even hit a Kroxa in the graveyard, Spyglass. Then we got a Necromentia, a Shadow's Verdict, 1 Ugin, 1 more Erebos' Intervention. No escape cards. The Cling to Dust also got removed from the deck, which might punish us against rogues. I'm relying on Lochmere Serpent to carry. If they mill that one, then hopefully it can counter exile some of their graveyard. And yeah, the rogues matchup is tough, but I think that deck is a little on the decline. It's been a while since I played it. I say that, I'm sure it will be the first thing we play. Today's video is dedicated to talking slow, because I'm stalling, because I gotta look it up, because being a content creator, you know, what kind of a content creator prepares for these videos? Ken Shun, Brad Lang, welcome back to the Cool Kids Club. Thank you very much for the support. We got a sweet one in the store for you today. Yes, we'll save those changes. And that is the one, the only, the mighty Ulamog in Historic. Picking up this cosmetic in your honor, dedicated to you guys. Thanks for supporting the Cool Kids Club. Hit the join button below if you would like the chance of a cosmetic dedicated in your honor, as well as a Discord channel where you can see the decks I'm going to play 24 hours early, and other benefits such as special members only videos like the CGB coaching series I do with Airball, who, for those of you who watch that series, he just qualified through a tournament. He just 5-1 and won a big qualifier last night. So he's automatically into the top 1200 qualifier next month without actually having to get to Mythic top 1200. It's happy for him. It's very cool. All right, dive in. Let the nonsense begin.
Get ready for a Shark Attack. Receive a free CovertGoBlue Shark token with every Magic the Gathering singles order made from March 8th to March 21st. Only at CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
We're on the draw with some early removal. Our opponent's showing Luris. Let's just try to kill everything they do. A little Triome action. All right, let's make Heartless Act available. Oops. So, what do I get to kill? This. Opponent is a rogues player in a rush. We drew Ugin pretty early. That's kind of sad. Let's play the tap land. I don't think we buy the Yorion here. This isn't the type of matchup where you usually get to play Binding into Yorion, but the opponent's saying go. Probably a bunch of answers in their hand. We'll see if we hit the next land drop or not. Crabby crab. Nothing. That's all you got. So they can't counter the Binding right now. Let's just go for the Binding. Or the Nightmare. That's fine. You have like a classic negate? No? Nice. Card is very good against rogues. They're looking at their hand like I just wanted to do stuff. Ooh, okay. Call the Death Dweller. They still have Crippling Fear. They actually run Mystical Dispute, 2 Drowns, and an Into the Story. All right. Well, this is interesting. We can take out their threats, right? We have an Eliminate and a Heartless Act, but they both have counters on them because our opponent's big brain. So we can't take out their threats for sure. We can take out the Thief. Then they cast of One Mind. Yeah, this hand is absolute fire. The only thing I don't want to take is the Fear. Otherwise, I want every single card here taken. I'm going to take their Into the Story. If they tap out for of One Mind, they won't have a counter open the next turn. So we have to figure out how to take advantage of that. We don't have a perfect hand by any means for taking advantage, but at least we get rid of the crab. I think we eliminate the crab. And I think we do it now so it gets exiled. All right, the opponent won't play into anything, so holding up Saw It Coming doesn't make sense. Let's buy the Yorion. Yorion's not good against Mystical Dispute. But maybe we'll find a way. Because life and Yorion finds a way. 6 cards in graveyard now versus double Drown in Lock and Mystical Dispute. How are we going to fight this? Another Binding, that doesn't do anything. So we say go and we play a Shark Typhoon. Up to 7 though. If the opponent top decked Into the Story, they are the winner. I guess we want to fight this on their turn. We could also pull a Drown in the Lock by cycling Shark Typhoon. I guess we get milled 2 for that. But that's okay. Then on their turn, they have to play a Drown. Then what? We play a Binding, they play another Drown, and we play a Heartless Act. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We can also fight over the Binding with a Saw It Coming if we wish. Horde of Carfel. Mill 4 cards, return a creature. That's your technology, I guess. Alright, Shark Typhoon. Big enough to survive a Crippling Fear. Unless we block, of course, but then we get a 2-for-1. So the opponent's going to drown it. That's 1 counter out of the way. Serpent. Would have preferred that be in the graveyard. Bind him. Opponent might go for the Dispute here. If they do, we can Saw It Coming on the Dispute if we want to win the war. Or we can save the Saw It Coming for something else. Binding's pretty great, and we have a Yorion. It's pretty great. Just saying. All right, let's win this war. I'm gonna regret it if they top deck into the story. I'm gonna hold this, I think. I know that's a lot to ask to resolve this sorcery, but we have to have a way to keep up if they do have into the story. Interesting. That just lets me Yori in that. But they also tapped out. They also tapped out. Too bad we can't cast this. We could cast this. Rawr. But it's fine in the graveyard too. Orion. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake on their part. Would have been better off buying Luris and waiting a turn for the binding to expire. But maybe they have an awakening and that's why they did it. They wanted to fill the graveyard. Heartless Act. Yorion down. Yep, they have it, but they tapped out. So we get to answer. And then the game gets really exciting. We could also play this Ugin, but they could have Bloodchief's Thirst. My turn. I can draw more than 4 cards. And now they need to mill me, so we need to pressure them. We have 45 cards to go, so it will be hard. And we have Coma. They're third into the story of the game. Let's see how low they tap here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we can have saw it coming open. Would help to have a Serpent on the field, though. Would help a lot. I guess we can win this fight over a Shark Typhoon, but we leave this creature on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This way we have double counter and Lockmere Serpent open. Patience, patience. Do we let that be? Just take a hit and 2 mills? I think so. We don't want to lose to an Agadeem's Awakening. I was really hoping for another Elspeth's Nightmare. How many more do we have in the deck? All of them. It's interesting. All right, Lockmere. I mean, if you counter it, I just exile your graveyard to get it back. Okay. Nice. $31 cards to go. All right. Want to destroy this. Let's try for another binding. All right, get the creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you for spite. So we still have another land. We could foretell, but I don't want to. This leaves open Heartless Act and Saw It Coming for the turn cycle, as well as a 3/3 Shark. No plays from the opponent. Must be a reactive hand. Probably a good amount of land still. Here comes Luris with nothing in the graveyard. Okay, no land, so just all reactive cards. How do we fight this? What do we have left in the deck for land? What the heck is this opening up for? Go away. Still have an island. Okay. Sound effects are interesting. Well, the game's gonna drag on a bit longer. Let's use this before it's no good. I know we're thinning the deck a bit. Weird, that said we had an island and we didn't. Coma time? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we have counter and counter for the opponent trying to deal with the coma on our turn. We can also flash in the lock mirror. It's pretty good. But I think we want to wait another turn. We can make a big shark to draw out one of those instant speed removals. We can cast lock mirror. Opponent GG's me. Not exactly, it's rogues, so they don't get GG's. They make every game miserable. You got it. Scry to the top. Good job. So they drew that land into that land, so their hand hasn't really changed. What you got? Drown it again, okay? I mean, I'll get it back. I'm down with that. Do we want to make a shark? Yeah, let's try to put them under some pressure. If they use a Heartless Act here, that's one less Heartless Act for Coma. All right, we got them down to 2 lands, so I think we can make this work. Double Coma, of course. Any creatures? No. Exile all your pretty cards. And Serpent is online. Opponent might go for double Crippling Fear. That would be something. I will sacrifice this Serpent for Indestructible from your Sorcery Speed spell. Our opponent will drown it in the luck. They just drew that. I will sacrifice this to gain Indestructible from your sorcery, from your spell. Yeah! The Lockmere tech! The Lockmere tech strikes again. You can't beat the Serpentine tag team. LOL. Okay. Luris is here. Hold on, let's exile the Luris. Meow. Bye, kitty. It ain't hello, kitty. It's bye-bye, kitty. We're fighting Rudy, the god. I mean, think about that. Somebody actually made that their name. On the draw. Let's add that to the log. That's 3 straight games on the draw today. To start my day. For those who think I just make stuff up, I don't. And it looks like we get mono red, which is pretty rough. We don't have that much removal available, unfortunately. And our lands are all tapped. And it's Robber of the Rich. Well, we didn't really want to draw that Omen, but they get to cast it next turn, which is pretty bad for us. Let's get the tome going. We're going to need the life. Oh, okay. They're curving out perfectly. What was I thinking? I thought we had a chance because they had to play the Faceless Haven on 2. They were just messing with me the whole time. Okay, that's something. How about an extinction event? Do you think their draw's been good? Do you think their draw is okay, guys? What do you guys think, huh? We're fighting. We're doing our best. But it's not, well, like these things are just not meant to be overcome. All right, move to combat. They didn't have Embercleave last turn, but they could have it. Interesting. Can they still Embercleave? They can. A lot of choices. I want to Erebos' Intervention the Annex, but I could also eliminate it. Then the opponent gets 2 tokens, but I don't have the Eliminate for the Haven, but I have 1 more life from the Intervention next turn. Also, if I cast the Eliminate here, I go to 3 potentially. There's still a chance that they put the Intervention on the wrong card. And then we get 2. I said the Intervention, I mean an Embercleave. They might put an Embercleave on the wrong card. Okay, that resolves. So no more Embercleave. What are you doing? Also, they had Eliminate, so we could Erebos' Intervention, the Annex, and then the Eliminate would wreck it. They would eliminate their own creature. Okay, they go for Rimrock Knight, which is 6. Out of there. All right, finding an extinction event here would not suck. Another Eliminate's okay. We're also at a phase where our tome gains life. So we want to eliminate this before combat, but they're just going to power up the Haven and kill us, but we gain 4. I guess that keeps us alive at 2. And we need a perfect draw somehow. I guess we can also eliminate the Haven, and then we're alive at 4, and that's better. So what's exiled with this? An Eliminate and a Thirst. Those don't matter much right now. Another Robber. Okay. So if they get into combat, they can Embercleave, but they haven't had it yet. Might need this other green for Coma. Another land. Tried so hard and got so far. Should have tapped the forest, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I guess we keep this and hope they don't power up the Haven. and hope they have nothing. They also have a giant, which is lethal. Like, everything about this is just death. Being on the draw sucks, guys. I wish I weren't on the draw every single day for like 3 to 4 games in a row when I start, but I am. I am. It's starting to make me actually dread getting up in the morning. I'm not kidding. All right. Took us a while to get there, but we're on the play. Let's see if we can leverage a win. It's the Yorion Mirror, of course, where it doesn't actually matter, and our hand is almost bad. It's actually fine if we draw land, so we've got to draw some land. But it's almost bad. No blue source is scary. But if there's one thing I've learned playing so far today, it's that being on the play means you curve out no matter what, so I'm sure we'll draw land next turn. Good card. Perfect for the mirror. There you go. Let's get right at him. Let's get right in that hand. No reason to wait with the tome anymore. Just do it, and then the turn can end. I guess they're strongly debating. Okay, they've decided they want to draw cards, which gets hard punished if we are able to bind next turn. Also, they better have a land here, or else they were supposed to scry. They do. It's holding priority. Oh my gosh, we actually got there. We actually got there. You didn't believe, did you? Neither did I. Nice. Let's get more blue. Work on our Coma mana. Let's blow up that tome. Punish them for holding on to it. You can, my recommendation now is not to try to hold it for cards, which is what I would have done in the last format. Binding changed everything. Binding means you just need to scry. Make sure that you get everything out of your tome while you have it most of the time. Unless you're absolutely sure they don't have it. Alright, bye Yorion. We don't get a land drop off the top, but we do get a Triome, which fixes our Coma mana. We have a Saw It coming open. We have another Elspeth's Nightmare. I think here we just set up the other Saw It coming and say go. Next turn we can play Nightmare and have Saw open, or buy Yorion and have Saw open. And we're just working on our Coma. Although there is a extinction event over here, but Nightmare gets in there. No Yorion. Okay, pretty bad draw. This must be an epiphany. If it's a Behold, I'll counter it. Behold the multiverse. I wouldn't give them 2 cards, so they don't go for it. It is an epiphany. Let's shut that down. They obviously don't want the Nightmare to get in their hand, and we have a few of these. And we need to pave the way for Coma. Although that's not a good draw either. Heartless Act can kill a Coma. Can also kill a Yorion. Let's leave them with the event because it's more expensive, and that's how they'll probably get rid of our Yorion. So let's see if they go for an Epiphany here. I can't complain about lands. I kept a 2-lander, but it'll be really sad if we don't hit the next 2 lands and just draw mono removal spells and the opponent takes over the game. Okay, they're still not playing anything. Okay, I'll say go. Let's save our passage. Notice how they are saving theirs. Cling? Okay. Well, that can get rid of the Cling. But let's continue the staring match. Pushing the issue with the Yorion just means that they might draw Ultimatum or take multiple turns in a row with the Epiphany. Let's turn that Cling off. Typhoon? Could try to slam it, but I think playing it on their turn is the play. Interesting. So they held the land to cycle it. This is very much a close game now. A lot could happen. A lot could happen. Also, it's very risky now to go for Coma. You see there are 2 exiled cards. Land Omen, making our Yorion better. Hit. Do we cast it now? Holding the mana open isn't doing anything. We might find something worth playing. To the bottom! Hey, there's something. There is something. What do you think? Let him have some birds? If we counter here, then we untap, play Coma. The opponent will Extinction Event Odd. We'll play another Coma. Let's go. Let's go. Hit our land drop for turn. I guess that's the best thing we can ask for here. Lands matter. So, we can shut down the opponent's Triome in their upkeep. That can make things pretty hard for them. They might go for another Epiphany anyway. Yeah, let's hold. I think they're just gonna play the event, although they might play Epiphany into event to get the 2 sharks and the extra turn. Although that does create another coil. And then we can tap 2 black sources on upkeep. But it's only 1 black source for an event. Guess I should have tapped the Triome. Let's see what they get. We're not letting them have the Epiphany because this probably is an Epiphany, so they get whatever the other cards are. I mean, Valky can exile the Coma, but it does depend what order they put them on the field. because we can tap the Valky by sacrificing a Serpent to make it lose its abilities. So they could mess up with their order. That would be nice. Can Emergent Ultimatum beat a Coma? Yeah. Oh, Vorinclex. Well, we could put away the Valky, give them a Vorinclex and a Curabest the Sea God. Does that lose? Not exactly. We can still tap down their stuff, but when this goes off, they gain control, which we don't have a good solution to. So I think we give them these two, because they need to put the Valky... They put the Vorinclex on the field first, then they play the Valky, then they ultimate it. I guess it's fine. Well, let's just get rid of the Vorinclex. Okay, let's see. Wrong order. Wrong order, wrong order. Okay. Full control, full control, full control. All right. Resolve. Wrong order. All right. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities cannot be activated. So they can't use their Tibble. Now we still have to deal with this sucker. But we can attack their Tibble down to 1. Actually, we can Blood Chief's Thirst the Tibble. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess this is good, because we can Yorion. We have to figure out how to solve this frickin' Curabest the Sea God. This token's a real pain. It's gonna get tapped or destroyed anyway. What if we attack with all? Drop the opponent to 5, then everything gets tapped down. Actually, we get to untap the Coma with a Yorion, or just play a new one. This is complicated, guys. I need a break. It's hard. Okay. A Typhoon? Think that could do it. They would have to have an instant speed answer. Resolve this. All right, everything's going to get tapped down soon. Wait, hold on. Tap target permanent. That's you. Tap target permanent. So what's the... Hold on, what's Ultimatum's triple cost? I always forget this one. Green. Good. All right, that solves the Curabest the Sea God problem. The opponent can name odd with their frickin' extinction event now if they really want to. They did find another land for an epiphany. Oh, God. Oh, no. How do they do it? I mean, is attacking for 8 cast Epiphany game? It leaves us at 1. And they get to take control of Coma. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Alright, so we can tap a bird, we can tap a land. But I think this just happens. Now we have to play other Coma because we get no untap step. Takes out my coil. And dead. Yeah, I did the math wrong. That's why I'm dead. Ah, that was a good game, though. But, I mean, no, actually, you know what? I wasn't getting out of that. Some days the mountain is just getting back where you came from. On the draw. 7 games. 5 on the draw. Mono red again. Okay, double charger probably means Annex next turn, which makes the event doable, but if they have land Embercleave, if they have Embercleave, we just lose. So I guess I have to play a Nightmare, even though it looks really bad. I could also hope that they don't have the Embercleave and make a Shark token to block. Because if I play Nightmare and give them 2 tokens, well, Eliminate's great because Eliminate means we can wait and see. They might play some stuff early to try to get in more damage with the Annex. Also, double event lets us go evens and odds. Uh-huh. Shocking. All right. Not quite dead. Just in a lot of pain. What are they most likely to play next turn, an even or an odd? I guess we could play the Nightmare, let them equip something, then they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm down to 9. We have no life gain in our hand. I think if I do this, they'll play an odd. So do I name even? Because they have 1 mana open, right? To play 1 more creature. This is tough. And I've had a really bad day. I've been punished at every turn, so making the right decision's harder than it looks right now. And then I'll make it seem like I made a mistake. And they play an odd creature. Okay. Do we have what it takes? Can we beat their God Draw on the play? Cards in graveyard 1. Come on, baby. All right, give me that hand. Giant. If we flicker this, they go to 3 cards in graveyard. That's not too bad. How do we deal with the giants? I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. Lockmere Serpent's pretty big. Might be down for the rumble. Sideboard has a few cheap cards. Also Return to Nature for the Embercleave, and this is life. I think we keep both. So here comes the giant. Giant with a sword is scary. I guess we could get the intervention, but I don't think that's it. I think we take too much damage now if we do that, so that'll have to wait. No fear over here. Just no fear at all. Come at me, bro. Wow. Just wow. I mean, did they forget how that works? Maybe they did. Exile the yard. No more Phoenix. I guess that's mono red. Let's get this cooking. I'm just not attacking. I'm too scared. I'm never attacking. See? I guess we could have ambushed it with a Lockmere Serpent, but with our luck, our opponent would play it. They would exile a Heartless Act, and they would kill our Lockmere Serpent. Now you really want to know, don't you? Okay. Heartless Act, right? I mean, Omen of the Sea? Okay. Well, this gains life by sacrificing swamps. And we have 3 of those, so we have 3 life in the bank. Take out the robber. Put all the toughness we have on the battlefield. The psychological effects of when you have a bad day. You play so much more conservative, which can be a mistake, but here I'm not convinced it is. Oh my god, they have it, don't they? Heartless Act? Nope. Long way from 5 cards in that graveyard, thanks to the Nightmare. Land. Oh, that should do it. That can be an Erebos' intervention. And there's the Heartless Act, a little ways away. Another Rimrock Knight in hand. Let's get him. Time to inflict punishment. Ugh. All right, we beat the mono red mega curve on the draw. It can be done. We don't have to lose all our swagger today. Okay then, I guess I'll keep this. I would feel a lot better if my opponent were playing Yorion, because this is pretty darn slow. Like, this would be a great hand against a Yorion deck. Just saying. But our deck's pumped full of removal. Like around 20-some. Should be 1 in every 4 cards, and we see so many cards. We should be able to do this. And our opponent goes turn 1 Giant Killer, and there's Extinction Event, as if to reward our faith in the deck. And as if to punish us, our opponent smashes this Hollow Blade. So, do we play the Maze Mine Tome? Because we want the life, right? But if our opponent has Skyclave Apparition, it's a pretty brutal punish. If we don't play it now, when are we going to play it? Possibly never. They're on the mulligan, they're on the play. They might be missing a third land. There's no way they have, like, land Skyclave here, right? That would just be too perfect. The best land in their deck, Faceless Haven. Okay. Can't catch a break today, but we do. They did not kill our tome. That's a fine little keep. Every life point might count here, and this is an even and odd distribution, so let's get rid of that. Could foretell the counter, but pretty sure I just want the Omen. I mean, power up Haven, hit for frickin' 7, seems good. Oh, they go for Broodmoth. Nice. Played right into Extinction Event. Okay, what we need most is a Heartless Act for the Haven. That's what we need the most. Nope. 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 But that can ambush a Haven, so maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Nope. Okay, that can ambush a Haven. Our tome is trying to get to 4 life. We really want that life. Okay, Luris gets back a Giant Killer. Could be worse. Now we need another Extinction Event. Or Fate of Wishes for Shadow's Verdict is fine. That works. That works. I know, I turned one away earlier, but not this time. Comeback is on, guys. We're coming back. It's been a hard day, but I can feel it. You can feel the turning of the tide. All right. Let's not do any of this. We can gain 4 life and scry pretty much at will. What do we really want? We'd love another land, right? So do I try to scry my way to it or let it be? I think we just go. Wow. I mean, that might be good. Give me time. Give me time. Let's see if they play around a Shark Typhoon here, or if they attack with both. How aggressive are they? Very aggressive. We've got our double green now, so let's get black. Die, you obnoxious land. Die! Hollow Blade returns. What do you think? Is the opponent going to hold back their Giant Killer this time? Let's go find out. We're on 7. 1 mana from Ugin. The opponent has a castle. We're only on 6, but this takes us up to more. Let's see how they do it. They go in with the Hollow Blade. So if they have to spend 2 mana, they can't use their castle. Let's see what's on top of our library. If it's a land, I think the Lochmere here is right. If it's not, we might need to hold. Binding the Old Gods. It's a land on layaway, and we can take out the giant killers so that our Lochmere is up next turn, but another giant killer really hurts. I mean, but in a way, this gets the job done. Can the opponent beat us if we go binding, kill your killer, and we have a Lochmere on board? If they have another giant killer, they get us down to 4. If they have a Sky Maul, they get us down to 2. Plus we have a Saw It Coming. So we beat, like, we don't have to let the Sky Maul happen. And we can gain a life with the Lochmere. And the next turn, we'll have the Ugin, because binding will provide. They're thinking about deploying something? I don't know. Maybe they have another giant killer. I mean, they do have to worry, right, about their Hollow Blade. Their Hollow Blade needs that indestructible. All right, giant killer gone. Saw It Coming open. Blocker engaged. What happens next? They decide they can't beat that. We go first. Better win. Island. Can't wait to see what they have cooking. Our hand isn't good against another control mage because we don't have any tomes or omens. And they have blue and black. Dimir control, just 60 cards. And they have a tome. That's pretty brutal. It's really brutal. Again, they're not going to do anything on their turn. They might play a Nightmare, but that would be fine with me. I kind of want them to. They're going to try to draw off this tome. We're going to try to bind it. I think we lose this matchup. I don't think our deck is greedy enough. I guess Coma can win this. And we did draw a tome, which is a step in the right direction. So now they're scrying. That tells me they don't want to defend this and they want to make sure that they get value out of it. But we did, in a way, get a card out of them. I do feel like we're way behind. Way behind. But not undoable. Coma could come calling. So what are their big cards to resolve? They're not playing the Snowland, so they don't have Graven Lore. They're going to try to just grind me out with Tomes, Behold the Multiverse, and win with Crawling Barrens, I think. And Shark Typhoon. And of course, Shark Typhoon can make instant speed stuff, so Saw It Coming is for the card draw spells. Okay, lands are coming, lands are coming. You love to see it. I think we get the last green with this. We could also hold it for a while. Free Yorion. Plus 1 card on the opponent. Well, I'm happy to see that. We have plenty of elimination. And we have Fae of Wishes. Maybe our deck is greedy enough. Interesting. It says I saw it coming. I did not expect them to just straight up slam that Typhoon in that spot. That is aggressive, is the word I would use. I know they're tapped out and I could Yori in there, but that aggressive play, I think they have another one. And I think they're just trying to force it all through right now. They don't want to play a long game. I mean, they even did that into a potential ultimatum. Like, if they understood. Like, if they just saw the Sultai colors, like, they weren't even afraid of an ultimatum there. And they're burning the tome on their turn after hitting a land. I am confused. Foretell. Alrund's Epiphany, I guess? Might be something else. Well. Opponent really thinking about everything I do here. On their end step. I mean, do you have an instant you wish to play? I'll take another tome and I'll take the land. I mean, you busted out the rope on your end step. What's going on? Keep bleeding them dry. I could force through a Yori in here, most likely, but that's not the point. What on earth could they think so hard about? Brazen Borrower? I mean, there's nothing here you want to bounce, right? I think my goal is to actually resolve either a Coma or a Seagate Restoration. Obviously, resolve Shark Typhoon would be great against them, too. Well, if they counter this, it's naked on the board, and then we try to draw into the answer. So, all right. They're feeling good about resolving a Shark Typhoon. We have a lot of ways to get rid of this, though. Like, many, many ways to get rid of this. Nothing on the bottom. Let's fetch now, because we're going to use our lands. And another green for a Coma. Intervention doesn't do it. Swamp doesn't do it. Save this one, we'll reset it with Yorion. Well, at least we have a lot of ways to kill sharks for a minute. I can't believe this, though. I might get Shark Typhooned on my Shark Week promotion. On my bad day, man. All right. There's a restoration. Let's take it. I don't know if it will resolve, but we'll try. The opponent's probably got multiple counters ready to go. They haven't done that much this game. Okay, that will make a big shark. We want to save the eliminate for the Barons and fire off Heartless Axe on these suckers. Let's see, we'll still have 2 mana open if we go for a restoration. Oh, they're tapping out. Okay, let's see what they get. Let's see what they get. What's it gonna be? So I could draw a lot more cards if I don't play my Heartless Axe here. Ugin, of course. What an... Only the losers fetch Ugin. Come on, man. This is interesting, though, because on one hand, if I draw cards, then draw a bunch of cards, but I'll only have 2 mana open, which means I get hit by the Barons, but I guess the tomes gain a lot of life. Maybe we just split the difference, right? We'll just do one of these. Take some of the pressure off. One of these. Let's also keep the scrying going. Sure. Still doesn't deal with the frickin' Typhoon, but we're working on it. There's a coma. I guess I don't want to fight over this Barons right now anyway, and if they activate the Barons, I'm happy about it. So while they're tapped out, we can kill this and try to stay on the right side of life total. If they tap out for an Ugin, I'm so happy. Like, insanely happy. We can just bind it, or we can bind the Typhoon. We can play our Typhoon and cast Binding on their Ugin. Like, it's so good. They will have a shark to think about. And that's a pain. Yeah, they're going for it. Come on, man. Come on, don't you know better than that? Just fetch Ugin and win. Oh. Like, a negate would have been a really good grab. A Necromentia could take out a key card from my deck, like my Shark Typhoons. Put you in a very good position. So they have 1 black and they're running clock. So they have an Erebos' intervention, I think. We're trying to find a solution. Like, I would love another cheap solution. A backup eliminate would be great. I don't want to have to cast an extinction event to get rid of this. Okay, that's a lot of land going to the bottom. So this turn cycle's key, so I'm going to be scrying on the upkeep to make sure that we're trying everything we can to draw like a cheap removal spell like a Heartless Act for the 8/8 shark, so that we can also bind the Ugin and go from there. Serpent? I guess Serpent's Dees? It doesn't do exactly what I wanted it to do, but I mean, it really works with Coma. All right. So Ugin's Minus still isn't scary. I could also tap it with a Coma and then play Binding on what? The Shark Typhoon? I guess I don't have the untapped land. So I'm sure I need to do this. And then I have 6 mana. I can flash in a Serpent on end step and try to get to Ugin that way. My trash talk on Ugin might get me killed. The problem with the Erebos' intervention, it does make a huge shark, and it does soft counter the Lockmere Serpent. Yep, let's do this. I think I can deal with Ugin in a different way. It's possible I get in a lot of trouble for this, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a different road. No attack with the Barons. Taking this one. See what the opponent does next. Takes 8 mana, which they do have, to use to hit the Lockmere Serpent with an Erebos' intervention. They might also have something like a Heartless Act. So right now they have it. All right, let's scry. Set some more stops to try to scry to the right things. Extinction event doesn't really do it. All right, go for Lockmere. If this doesn't work, we need Coma to tap Ugin and keep Ugin from going off. If they use the intervention to get rid of the Lockmere, then at least we can get it back from the grave. How about a counter spell? Can I has one of those? Eliminate. Does the job. I'll take it. Might want to cycle those other lands, although I guess they're better for the Lockmere. So I think Lockmere is going to die, which means I think what I'm doing then is playing Coma. If the opponent powers up a Barons and blocks there, I'm pretty happy. So let's do it like this. Eliminate your Fae of Wishes. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can also eliminate the Barons if they power that up. We could make this unblockable, but getting rid of their Barons feels really good too. They got 6 cards in their graveyard. If the Lockmere dies, we can get it back. Their 1 black could have also been Cling to Dust. I just think they would have played it a long time ago, but who knows? People are crazy. There it is. Erebos' intervention for it all. All right, few things we can do here. We can Omen of the Sea and try to find the answer. I think we just let this be. So we lose if they have Heartless Act, but if they had Heartless Act, I think they would have played it. So how do we use our 2 mana here? We could put the Serpent back in our hand, or we could eliminate the 8/8. I don't want to eliminate the 8/8, I just lose to like a Crawling Barons. So we need to hold the mana open. And we need to get this Serpent. Resolves. Sacrifice. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities cannot be activated this turn. It is a naked coma, but they do have to deal with it, like, right now. Cycling. I mean, I'll go to 2. I don't have to snap this eliminate. Besides, I might have to dig for other things. If they have all runs Epiphany, I guess I lose. That would be bad. But I guess I get another snake, don't I? Do I lose to an Epiphany? At 2, I go up to 6. Okay, they say my turn. Let's go for the Omen. We're still trying to solve an Ugin problem, but if Coma sticks around, it's going to be a lot easier. Opponent's strange. They play at a perfectly fine pace until I play an instant. As soon as I play an instant, the rope comes out every time as if they're mad that I'm taking an instant speed action. I guess I'll keep this. It goes deeper into the deck to try to find this answer that we've been just digging for. We can wait on this. Let's do it. Let's just get it done. 4 life. Another scry. Another chance to solve the Ugin. The Ugin I badmouthed, right? They're trying to give me... They're trying to serve me my just desserts, or whatever phrase you want. Got them. Let's see if they'll try to protect Ugin with the Barons. They don't have enough to pump the Barons twice here. Yeah, if they block here, I'm just happy that we killed the Barons. It's like a free Baron. They might be realizing I could tap it, and I could, but like I said, I just want to kill it. No more Ugin.
I did all I deemed appropriate.
They might have a midnight clock, so getting rid of their win cons makes sense. All right, so now we have to make sure we don't lose to this shark. So let's kill it. Let's dash all their hopes and dreams right now. Don't think it's worth tapping any lands. And here we go. It's Coma time. Looks like they may solve the Coma itself, and they're at 31, so we've got a ways. We got some work to do. But Coma did the job. Good job, Coma. You got us out of the sticky spot. I'm very happy. I'm grateful, Coma. All right, best use of mana right here is to sack an Omen. Let's try a little prodding. Just a little prodding. Da-da-da-da-da, charge. One thing that we have to watch it for is Cycled Shark Typhoon going for the win, so we have to be ready with Erebos' intervention. So how much would that need to be for? Right now it would have to be for 4. It wouldn't cost us the game. So let's go ahead and play this. And we still have 4 more mana, so we can play a Tome, and we can hold a Maze Mind Tome. Okay, so they give that away. They just want to scry. Maybe that means we resolve our Typhoon now. If they have another Ugin, that would be sad. Okay. The master of the hardcast over here. 3rd Typhoon of the game. Let's go. Let's rumble, Mr. Sharknado. People like this give Control a really bad name. Fun. Negate, huh? Well, I offer you a Tome. If you take it, I'll play a Shark Typhoon. And back to the rope. Again, Ugin would be nasty. It could happen. But let's put them in a position where they have to draw it. Yep, you roped out your turn. Cool. Love it. You poor, salty, pathetic being. Get wrecked. 969. Nice. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and it was a tough day in the arena. Pretty much lost streaked ourselves straight into the percentages, but then climbed our way back into the top 1,000 so I can put it in the frickin' title. Just a matter of pride at that point. I love the deck. I think we got insanely unlucky for a good amount of time, and I think I did make a few misplays. It always gets harder to play the more you feel unlucky, and we saw that in some of the games, but I'm gonna be a bit proud of myself for rising above. If you're keeping track, Game 1 on the draw, Game 2 on the draw, Game 3 on the draw, Game 4 on the play, Game 5 on the draw, Game 6 on the play, Game 7 draw, 8 draw, 9 play. Tough times, but we got through it, and that's the important thing. To come out the other side and be the champion. Some days you have to get up and climb a mountain, and some days that mountain itself is just getting out of bed in the morning. But you still got to do it for the land. And for me, for the game I love and the audience that I adore and battle courageously for. And now I have to go play the qualifier, the Mythic Championship qualifier. I've got to pretty much start my stream right now. So, time to rise above yet again. If that VOD is any good at all or interesting at all, it will be posted here on YouTube as soon as it's ready. So, thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.